Anybody want to hear a real cool war story? From a convicted felon, but this was before I went in for felonies. Get called by a friend of mine. Her first name's Ricky. I will leave her last name out of it. She can come forward and tell you and actually verify what I'm getting ready to say is a real true story. And I'm going to keep this under a few minutes because it's actually funny and you might find it quite interesting. Deadpool style. I get called by Ricky down to New Smyrna Beach, Florida, back in the latter 80s or early 90s, I want to say 90, 91. Her boyfriend, who is a U.S. Navy SEAL, is beating her. She calls me from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and says, Tiger, help. I said, where you at? She said, New Smyrna. I said, I'll be there in about 12 hours. So I get ready to go. Jump in the whip, get ready to go in the van. My girlfriend says, no, Tiger, we'll take my Corolla. Her name's Sherry. I'll leave her last name out of it. People know her as well. So Sherry's going with me now, my girlfriend. And I've been dating for 3.5 years. We go down to, get ready to go down to Florida. We get ready. It takes us about 45 minutes and we're getting ready to go on the road. So I stop by Ricky's mother's house. Miss Miller's there. And I'm like, Ricky needs help. I'm going to get her now. Mom's like, what's up? I told her. Mom says, I'm going. So now we got 3 of us going to New Smyrna Beach, Florida. I get out. I see what the Marine did to her. I about snapped on the spot. I'm like, where is he? Dead serious. U.S. Navy SEAL here, for real. We go to the house, drive around the block one time. I scope the front of the house. I said, we're going to go around that block one more time. You're going to park by the hedges and you're not going to leave me. I told my girlfriend, do not leave me. They know how serious I am. I get out, pull my little pistol PP out, and yeah, I start shooting at his car in the front. 1996, no, I'm sorry. 1965 or 66 red Mustang convertible, beautiful cherry car. I'm looking at him on his deck and I just offload a little over half my mag in his car while I'm staring at him. Flip my hair back out of my face because I look like Ted Nugent on steroids. And I looked him straight in the eye and walked off. By the time we ran around the block, the police had showed up. About 6 deep. Drove his truck up into the sidewalk, had him sprawled out on the hood of his car. They thought he had probably killed Ricky because he was that violent. But I got my point across. So I got back to Myrtle Beach. He calls up. I said, leave her alone. That was a warning. True story. Look it up in New Smyrna. Get a hold of Ricky and them. The police department can't do a damn thing because it wasn't a hit. It was a point I was making. A U.S. Navy SEAL beating on a woman. My father said, son, do your duty. That's how I was raised. If that story doesn't go viral, you're a bunch of suck pigs in the United States because we are a legion of Americans. We do what the law sometimes does nothing about. So think about that, America. I'm a U.S. Navy raised, born on a Navy base kid. Grew up in it my entire life, in and around vets my whole life, and police. So yeah, that's me, an American. But yet I'm shot in the back by James D. Mills, covering for all his friends. Bunch of bad mercs. Think about that and start reading up on my stories. They're going to get really interesting really fast now that Trump's in office. 2025, we love you, Trump. Ooh, let's pull this thing and let's clean this country up. Family morals, family values, America. This isn't just a hat rack.